last week we learned a lot about digital marketing. It was that everyday knowledge on social media, on the internet about digital marketing, but last week I had a more applicable way to learn it. And I think one of the strongest setbacks a mother with a child with special needs has is being able to do a business and earn money like the regular mom. So with this skill I have learned, it will propel my career higher. It will help me get visibility on social media, improve my customer base, and hopefully make me more moneyed.
For our kids, for us to understand better around how to apply this to our children. So Ms. Kike Olatunde is going to take us on that section around how to use STEM kits for your children at home and even at school. And the fourth one was what? What did I say? All the fourth ones. Yeah?
Good morning, everyone. So, a quick one. I don't really want to take much of our time. Activities. We try to include these into the activities actually for the benefit of the child. And we all know that the best interest of the child matters a lot. And that's why we are here. So for us, we feel STEM kits also help these individuals with these children with their cognitive thinking. It tells them logically. Yes, they might not be able to relate with you, but when they start doing this thing, it helps them. It helps their reasoning. So for you, you might feel this is toy. To you, you think it is toy, but to us, we know there is a lot to it. So here I really didn't bring all the kits, but here we have different. You can see we have different colors here. So I'm going to pour it. That is the game. I'm going to pour it here. So now we have different picture cards. Yes, they are puzzles. So we have different picture cards. We have numbers of cards there. So now what it really means is we've played this game at one time, but we might not remember. So the game is we have two same pictures. Two pictures of, as in we have a picture, we are in pairs. So the first one is there. We place those puzzle pack on each picture. Now you expect that child to open the first one. It helps with memory. It's called memory chess. So what it does is the child opens the first puzzle, covers it back. Then he keeps opening everything to know where the other picture is.
Please ask questions if you have any questions, okay? Please ask them.
More pictures of
The caterpillar. I don't know the picture with you. Some we have the fruits, we have the apple, the orange. Okay, that one is transportation. So the boy is like, okay, what color is this? What's the color? So you can drop all those puzzle packs. By the time you pick the picture and say, okay, what color is on the paper? As in, you're trying to indicate, the boy can indicate, okay, this is the color on that card. We have to, for each puzzle, we have the picture cards. So we have like five picture cards for each puzzle. So it's not like, I just wanted you to see what I'm doing. So for that picture, on that picture card, you have the color already. So you're like, okay, the picture is showing you the color. So which of these colors am I going to put on that picture? So this one is about arranging colors too. But sometimes you think it's very easy, but it is not easy. For those of you that like me, I like games. If you play pseudo game, there's one pseudo game like that. You arrange, you keep arranging. So this is what this does. What you have to do with this. I have the picture pattern of this card. So we have a bunch of cards like that, not like a words card. So on that sticker, please help me share that card for them to see. At the back of that card, we have some sticker games too. There is a sticker inside that puzzle box that you can attach on those sticker this particular top. So what you do is, now I have this. I didn't attach the sticker because I felt it's not needed for now. So this is the pattern I'm to make. Now it's left for me to now say, okay, how am I going to start it? We have it here. Everything must be in threes.
Do you understand?
Yes. yellow, red. Now the second one is green, blue, green. No green. Then the third one is yellow, green.
No, we are having green, blue, green.
Sorry. So you should know that adults they can make mistakes. So you have green, okay, green. Green go first. So green goes first. This. Then we have the third one, yellow, green, yellow. Because it's quite technical. Okay. So I have green. So I have green. Okay. Do you get now?
Yeah.
So for them, it might look like it's a toy. Okay. But there is a science behind everything. So this is how to sort this. It's left for that child to now say, okay, they have two or three puzzles to solve here. There is a hole there. They must find out the best shape that fits into the hole and the same color. So the color is there, the shape is there. So it's now left for me to say, okay, I have a triangle. I'm not only looking for a triangle, I'm looking for a red triangle. So you look out, you say, okay, this is red triangle. There is still another hole inside. Yes. So you're not like, okay, it's no longer red triangle I'm looking out for. I'm looking out for a burnt orange triangle.
Anyone else?
Last week, at the course of the training, I learned a lot about bookkeeping, of which one of the aspects I don't do at all in my business. So as from that last week now till now, so I've started doing my bookkeeping, at least to know actual cost of my goods. So before I will sell it, then know my the gain at the end of the sales. And also digital marketing too. At least before, I'm just doing my business locally within my neighborhood, but with the help of the last week training, my business is on Facebook, on Instagram. So, and people ask, oh, so you are doing these things and you didn't tell us. At least awareness of what I'm doing about my business and sales also increase and more gain.
You concluded for her. So now for you feel she does not.
Okay, now so what can I do?
Consistency. I want to yeah.
And this is 6.
7. Okay, that's 6.
week one of the program, I've learned about digital marketing and also how to keep my books in a record. And also, I should be friendly with people. About the business, I should look for the location where my goods are to be sold very well. So about the social media network, the digital marketing, I'll be advertising my goods on social media, both Facebook, Instagram, and WhatsApp.
Today we're taking a class on customer acquisition, customer retention. Okay, they're both merged together. And today the class is going to be taken by our creative director for the Special Needs Initiative for Growth. His name is Amdi Salam, and he's here with us from Abuja.
Creative director for the Special Needs Initiative for Growth, also known as Initiative for National Growth. And I'm speaking to you from Abuja this morning. I'm going to be talking about customer acquisition, customer service, and customer retention. So I promise it's going to be an interesting one. I'm going to be. To start off, I would like to just quickly ask us, who is the customer?
Anyone wants to try? Who is the customer? Quickly. Anyone wants to try? Who is the customer?
Customer is
No, one by one. Okay, please.
Customer is someone that buys into your service.
Okay, that buys into your service or your product. And somebody just mentioned your name, madam. Okay, madam. So Lope just mentioned the customer is the person that buys your service or product. Someone else? A customer is the person that buys your service or product.
Okay.
Yeah, that's to Lopez.
We want to have someone else try.
Exactly. Who wants to try? Okay.
My name is Rafael. The customer is someone that gets that purchase a product or a service and still comes back again to purchase that same service or product. Either when the product or the service you render for has been exhausted and the person keeps coming back to buy the same product or any other product you render to the person.
Thank you. Did you hear that?
Buy your product again and again and again. So it means therefore that for a customer to come and buy a product again and again, it means there must have been something right that you did.
Yeah, and again, we still have more hands up.
A customer is someone who will potentially need your service or need the goods you sell.
Okay, thank you. So
I like that we are starting this on this page because it really covers all the three parts. So when you say potential person, that means you have not yet acquired the person. You are still in the process of acquiring this customer. So I like that. So already from what we have described, we can already tell that the customer is one who buys our product, the customer is a potential person that needs our product, the customer is someone who comes to buy and buy our product over and over again. So a round of applause for yourselves. Alright, so I'll just be taking it from that note. So the first one is to say who is a customer. And from here we can see that a customer is an individual or business that purchases your goods or services. So it means that your customer can be an individual, it can be a group, or it can be a business. Do we agree?
Yes.
Sales and you want to buy, you are going there and now, maybe you sell fish, catfish, and you have this market women that come to buy your fish in bulk quantity. You have a warehouse of flour, and then the company that is taking your bread comes to buy 20 bags of flour from your store, or your factory, or your warehouse. Means the business has come to buy your product. So the customer is either an individual, a business, a group that purchases your goods or services.
To make profit.
The first reason why.
okay, why are you in business? That's what it's asking you.
To make profits.
Yeah, to make profits, that's the response. To make profits.
Okay.
Okay. What else? To satisfy and solve problems, that's the very to satisfy the customers, okay? Okay.
Customers. If you to make profit, you need people to buy your product or your service and pay you for it. and then you make profit from your business. Customer is someone who buys your product or service, while a consumer is the one who uses your product or service. We know there's a difference.
Yes.
Can I hear you?
Yes.
Exactly. So when a customer buys your product or service, then if na person wey dey go buy something from you, say you wan use am to make something for another person wey go use am, it means that person wey buy from you na your customer. But the reason why you need to make sure say no matter wetin happen, the product wey you dey sell dey good. Because if your product no good, the person wey come buy from you, even if you no use am, if person wey go use am say that product no good, you no go come buy from that your customer again. Meaning say dem no dey buy product from your customer no go come buy product from you. So business no end that. Shey we understand?
Yes, sir.
Alright, so e get different statements wey we dey always make about customers. I know say some of us no go agree, but na wetin we be na im be. The first statement is your customer is always right. Did you get that?
Yes.
I want all of us to say it together. Your customer
is always
right.
Exactly. And no be say they dey talk am because the customer truly dey right o. But they dey talk am because if your customer talk something and you tell am say e dey wrong, you tell am say wetin dey talk na rubbish, e no go come again. Wetin be your own reason why you dey business? Your own reason na to come make money. So if your customer come tell you say this thing e no dey okay o, I no like this thing o, this or see wetin you do o, see wetin person wey wan sell for me do o, and you come dey argue with your customer, you don lose that customer be that. The money wey the customer suppose give you, you don go be that. The money, any money wey you wake up at 5 o'clock to go your shop, go sell something, by the time you argue with all your customer, money wey you suppose make, you no go come. That means you don stress yourself for the day, you no make money. So that's why they say customer is always right. So even if the customer dey wrong, no go tell am say oga you dey lie, oga you dey wrong, oga wetin dey talk no make sense. You go just say customer, I understand you, no vex o, see wetin we go do. Na the best way to talk to customer be that. Another statement na what? Customer is king. Say we dey hear am?
Yes.
Customer is
King.
that's it. So your customer na your oga. If you like, maybe you get 200 shops around Nigeria. As long as you no get customer wey dey buy product from those your shop, business no go move with that. Na today your customer na your king. Na him go decide wetin whether you make money or you no make money. If you like, tell am all the things wey dey say for ISEC don come increase the price for your shop. Dem no wetin dem wan buy na dem go buy. So wetin you take this one now na for your own choice. You wan look for yourself, you buy am 1,000 or 1,000. You know say sell am 2,000, make money for the account. Meanwhile, if you sell am for 5, give me 700 naira. So now for you to come decide, say you want to take 200 naira so that you will sell am, if you go buy another one to resell, you need to decide which kind of business you take. Can a volume-based business, I mean a profit-only business. Volume-based meaning one just sell things so that by the time you sell 20 of your own, another person will sell 5. If they only 50%, then you don't sell 20 of your own. If you go market, you buy another one, don't sell it again. By the time you know, you don't sell the public profit.
So what I do is I tutor children online. This I started a while back. I tutor children online.
Okay.
Remote teaching. I went digital. And it was good at first, but one of the things I've seen here is I have 3 types of customers I can name off the top of my head. I have an impulse customer, somebody that I just spoke with that your child might need tutoring, and the person just said, okay, come and start with the new. No, just let me know. Let's start next week. And then I have a loyal customer. I have a parent that's been with me for over a year and a half now. She's very loyal through the ups and the downs and everything. She's been very consistent. And then I have the insistent ones. I have this particular parent who wants a service delivered a certain way, not minding that you are the professional. She doesn't want to know. And so I had to build my business around such people. Another thing the second question says that, what is the one thing I've done? I think it was poor service delivery, because just like we have issues with this class, if you're working with the internet, particularly in this side of the country, there are always issues. Another number 2, for the number 2 question, I think one of the things I've done in the past that really affected my customer service was poor service delivery. It wasn't personal. I just had issues with my connections. There were days that I was teaching and the lights went off. There were days that my laptop was bad. All of those things. And then you mention 2 other products people would use if they don't use me. People would use ULesson and people would use Tutorial, because these are bigger brands. They are well-tested brands. You said, what are the things that I've done that has helped me retain my customers? I think I have a certain level of relationship with my parents. One thing I sell as a brand to parents is, I love your child. It surrounds all of this. All of the teaching has nothing to do with you, but it has to do with your child. So I think that has worked in my favor for a long time. Another thing, you said, what are the things I do better? To improve. I think I deliver better service by getting maybe a better internet provider. And then I'll be more time conscious. On both sides, I think I'll stick to time, because sometimes I'm calling in, I'm sending you a notice within time, 15 minutes to the beginning of a lesson that lessons are starting in 15 minutes, and you're telling me, oh my God, she just got back from school, she hasn't taken off her uniform, those things eat into my time. And if my time cannot be managed well, I can't bring on more potential customers. So that's it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bring in new innovation that is no wow, that's reality. That is how you play. And if possible, even if you are bringing addition to what they are already, and they are seeing the value that you are adding, you don't ask them for an increase in what you are charging them for their business. That's they won't even get it, because they are loyal one. They are seeing the value that you are adding, and then they are also updating that value that you are giving. You have a relationship. That's what you do. For your insistent customer, yes, they can be fighting sometimes, because she wants to be a particular way, she wants to be a particular way. You want to have a conversation with those kind of customers to ensure that you guys are able to arrive at the ground, because you might not necessarily have always be changing what is necessary. Have a conversation that, okay, this is what your standard, but if there are certain areas you want to, you can look at it and agree that, okay, if you want me to give an assignment on the spot, I can give assignment, but they will not be every time. Agree on what can what can like the great, I love your model, the recent model of you can also look at the light of trying to remember what's the name of this program that Shakaya online
I think it's not tutorial.
Tutorial.
Then you lesson. You lesson.
So that you are constantly wowing your kids. You can look at tutorials. There are also an online lesson model. So look at your competitors and look at what are the new things that they are doing so that they can it's surprising that maybe by the time you put the next month if you are beginning to look out for partnership investors in your business.
But before I go there, let's backtrack to what we learned last week while I'm waiting for this to go on. Last week we talked a lot about, so I'm going to ask, how many of us do buy and sell? Buy and sell. You buy and sell. You buy and sell. Good. Apart from, this is what who else has a service business? Yeah, she does hairdressing, so yeah, service business. Yeah, those two of you are service business. You also a service business. What's your business? Hairdressing as well. So you buy and sell. Alright, so let me pick somebody who buys one. I'm going to pick one buying and selling business and one service business. And we're going to quickly talk about pricing. Because one thing I've learned is that if you don't price properly, you can do all of the business from now to tomorrow. You're not going to be able to account for profit. And if you cannot account for profit, you can't talk about it. So this is the reason I'm going back to what we talked about. Last week. Last week we talked about bookkeeping. But I realized we didn't talk about pricing. So I'm going to quickly try to cover that. Now, buying and selling, man. Yes. So you're my guinea pig today. This is how I'm getting because you hot seats for service business. For what chance? I'm not there to stand. What do you sell, man?
Chicken.
You sell chicken.
Yeah.
Do you sell from home or do you have a shop?
I sell from home.
Let's say you went to the market today to buy chicken. How many cartons of chicken do you usually buy? Let's just see.
Actually, I do buy two. I do buy
Debo chicken. Okay.
I need to not
before
now.
Alright, so how many chickens do you usually buy?
For now, 50.
So let's say today you bought 50 chicken. So Debo chicken.
Broiler? Yes, I know that.
How much was one?
Depending on the current price.
Give me
60 naira.
So you bought one for 60 naira. Alright, so how many days or weeks would you need to
For boiler, 3 months, that is 12 weeks. That's too long. Just for boiler.
It's a business.
Some do 8 weeks and sell.
Okay, you do
for me, I don't like because actually I'll buy from it to I eat. So I don't like it. Then I'll buy a chicken and it's too soft. So I do 3 months.
Okay. So per week, how much do you spend on feed?
On feed per week, I spend depends on the weeks. At the first week, a bag, they will still be eating a bag. So as they are growing, the bags is increasing too.
So per week now, let's say let's go from week 1 to week 8. How many bags of feed would you averagely use?
8.
Till they are grown enough to sell, you use 8 bags.
Yes.
How much is one bag of food?
Broiler starters now is 8,000.
So,
and then if you are starting, that means you need the feeder, you need drinker, you need feeder,
and all those.
then cage.
So all those. So those ones are fixed because after you make baby, you are not using. So I'm not even. I'm coming. Those ones are coming down. Coming back. What else do you need apart from that is consumable that they are going to use before you can sell them?
Just feed and drugs.
Okay. So what of electricity?
Yes. I thought okay. Electricity.
Yeah. there's someone down here.
No, if you don't want to use bulb, you can use charcoal.
One thing I want to talk about is minus the fact that we are going to be preaching afterwards to win. Preaching is something that you will use every day of your life. So anytime you have an opportunity to talk about your business, just consider it a pitch. So when they say please introduce yourself or what you do, you are pitching. Just have that at the back of your mind. I'll give you a very simple example of something that happened to me recently. So I consider myself a pitching champion because I've won pitches both locally and internationally. So something happened recently. There's this supermarket that we're trying to get into, a chain store. They have, in fact, they have, I think they say they have 1 million. Take notes. Wait, let me give you the Alright. Because it's important to have a so they have 10,000 people visiting their supermarket every single day. And so in a month, it's close to $1 billion. So you know how people are. And so I've been sending them mails. They were not responding. So I just thought to myself that why am I sending them mails like regular mails? Pitch to this thing because pitching is what you do. And so I pitched to them. And after I pitched, immediately not up to 2 hours, they responded to my mail and said, come for a pitch. So that's to show you how important a pitch is. And so what is pitching? Pitching is just presenting yourself, your business in the best way possible. Don't write anything, you get it. I can even share, it's just tips. That's why I don't have slides. I'll just share 1 or 2 things for you. There's this thing that, I'll start with number 1. Show it. Whatever it is that I want to talk about, show it. I was asking the lady beside me that, when we're introducing ourselves and our businesses, 2 people mentioned that you're hairdressers. When I see you as a hairdresser, I should first of all see your hair. That's the first thing I look at. If you say that you are into selling hair, the first thing I look at is your skin. If you're a makeup artist, what's the first thing I look at? Your face. So, and it's the same thing about your business. So anytime you want to talk about your business, as much as possible, especially if it's a proper pitch, go with your product. So as a hairdresser, you might not even make your hair. You can have a model come in to show them this is the hair, look at it like this. Do you understand? The more it shows people that you are serious. There was a pitch, one of the pitches that I didn't know they were going to give us prize. It was just for bragging rights. And I had cooked my baby food. I just presented it before I started. The raw material. I put it there and everything. And so as I was talking, I was like, sample it, this is proper food, this is this. And there's no way, even if I say rubbish, the fact that I put in an effort. And then number 2 is that you should differentiate yourself and the opportunity you bring to the table. I always say something that, let's still use hairdressing for example. All of us here can be hairdressers. But if you call me to come and speak about the type of hairdressing that I do, my own will be different from the hairdressing. But it's not that I don't like suya, but because of the way they do it. And then this guy shows up and opens a suya joint. His suya joint will make suya in his presence. And minus that, some of us are doing fit farm. We want to eat suya because it's not healthy. So what he also does? He puts vegetables, fresh carrots, cabbage, and you know them if they're mentioned that. They call them everyone is doing the rest of suya. There is so many places. And so I started eating suya back. And the pricing is similar to the pricing of the regular, but they have differentiated themselves. You don't have anything like this on your shelf. This thing has a 12-month shelf life. I have free traffic of people, over 400,000, they've been asking for it. In fact, when I sent the mail, I said customers feedback about your supermarket. So that one said, that's the first thing that gingered them to open that mail. Then what are customers saying about my supermarket? Do you understand? I didn't say that. I didn't put myself there to say that
Can I please come and introducing my company or something? No, I make it about them. So anytime you are pitching, make it about that person, what you have to offer to them. And so when you offer them what they want to hear, they will now want to know. That's it.
My name is Ahmed Adesola Kazim. I'm the president of MWFI. Yes, so first and foremost, like she has said, you have 3 minutes. Those components of what she has mentioned, would look at it, but we have some other things that we want to see, and we'll be scoring you on. So you are going to be picking numbers here. So these are numbers here. So what you pick is the what's it called order with which you'll be presenting. So you have 1 to 10 here. So once you pick, you would write your names down of the number you have picked. But before then, he's going to explain the rubrics, what we are going to be scoring you on, and the percentage of each item. So you have 100%, we are judging it on 100% total marks. But she's going to tell us what we would like to see. Do you understand? Yeah. Thank you very much. So
the first one is value proposition, which is 30%. And what we're looking at is basically the problem, how big the problem is, the solution, how practical your solution is in terms of service or products, and then some level of profitability. You know, how do you intend to make money off it? Then the second, so the second one is description, which is 25%, and that is looking at how you present the product or service. You know, how well can you convince us that the product or service is relevant to the target market? That's where you talk about connecting with the story or whatever approach you want to use. That's 25%. The third one is structure. That's 15%. And that is looking at your finance, you know. If you already have you're registered as a business, you have a bank account, you know, do some of those things you might want to let us know, how sustainable the business is in that sense, sustainable it is, then that's 15% only, you know, because we decided that for starters now, you might not have as much structure. So the last one, which carries 30%, is impact. And there we are looking at the reach or the potential reach of your service or product. How many lives does it touch, you know, in that sense? So 30%. So those are the 4 rubrics that we're using to judge. We wish you all the best. Thank you so much.
Yeah, that's right. Okay. Is your heart beating? No, like I can't see. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. You took 2. What to do 2 times? Okay. Okay. So we're giving you 5 minutes. Only 5 minutes. So what is 5 minutes? Your job.
No, 5 minutes for Number 5. What's your name?
Number 9. Olajide Rebecca.
That's too long.
Number 8.
Okay.
Obakina Vivian. Obakina Vivian.
Vivian, okay. Number 8.
4. Oluwakayode. Number 4.
Number 1.
Number 1. Hey!
Mama
I don't want you to have the consolation spirit. We are not poor or something, but I don't want you to. So the first winner will be winning 55,000 naira plus Vivo. What is this?
Vivo Y7. Yes.
So you are winning a phone. 55,000 naira and the phone. Second position is winning 50,000 naira only. Third position is winning 45,000 naira only. The others get consolation prize. I won't mention that consolation.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. The name of my company is Funjo Venture. I basically do livestock. I read that on my own, starting from the day wood, went to the hatchery, get the day wood, the best quality one, because when you are doing it too, for your own profitability, you have to get the wood hatchery, then good ones too, good products. So I nurture them from their feeds, and feed too will determine your output. So I go for high quality feeds that make them to grow well for my own profitability to grow. When they grow well, when they have flesh, you sell more. So then from there, that though it's still a small scale business, I'm doing it in my house. I have a cage that I do them. Basically, why I go to that business is because I don't like frozen food, frozen fish, frozen chicken. So I know there are so many people like that prefer fresh chicken and you buy and kill chicken. This they don't want, so I'm okay. From then I started. So I'm still a small scale business. So the last one I did around that, so I still keep some because our peak period is during December, during festive period, and more basically December. Easter we had little sales, but December a lot of people buy chicken. So then I up towards that time. During that time I have a lot of bells, but when it's not our peak period, so I just do little, so that at the same time, people that will ask you, do you have live chicken? Yes, I have. And one of the things that make my customer come because I do additional service. So people just buy, okay, they will sell. Me, I'll tell you, okay, I'll help you to defeather the chicken. So I defeather it for them, I kill them, I defeather it for them, they will come and take it. I'll just add this for service charge. Okay, if I'm defending the chicken for you, I will take 500 easy. Then at the end of the morning, too, the profitability, I think for now is still okay. And the money too, if I'm opportunity to get this grant, is just to boost my business. Because if I have money to add to it, that means I'm taking more chicken, there are more chickens for sales and more profits too. So
how many in the peak season, how many birds do you get from your experience? And, how many do you sell during the season?
Like I sold about 80 chickens.
So how many do you get as chicks? How many?
100.
100. So
yes.
what happens?
A carton is 50. You have 15 in a carton, yes, plus one at times. You understand? So in the course of nurturing them, there will be no how you are going to do it. Mortality, there are some that. But to cut that, you are hygienic. The hygiene of that area. Yeah, because the last one I'm doing now, this is 50. The all 50 they are okay. I didn't have any because I clean every day, experience. I'll go to people that know more. Okay, tell me what to do.
Thank you so much.
Okay.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Onokwe Banke. I'm into groundnut business. I buy groundnuts from the market and fry it, sell to people, distribute to people, and I took some to the market to sell at night.
Continue.
So I think that's how I gain my profits gradually to boost my business. So normally I'm a professional photographer and still under training in school, but I don't have equipment, so I have to go into brand business to get some great opportunity for me to have the equipment and some of my equipment to manage and set up a studio, a small studio, and do photo shoots.
Which business? You still have time, and I would like to actually get a clearer picture about what is going on. So you have a side hustle, but what you are doing is photography. So what you're doing is photography, and what you're trying to do is set up equipment. So the question I have is, how far is, let's say you have the brand price 50,000 or 55,000, how far is that supposed to go? Or what are you going to start? You said you're going to set up. So what are the things you want to do
first thing to buy is the camera and the reflector.
How much is that? How much is reflector?
Reflector, the biggest reflector is 5,000 naira in the market. While the camera, I think we have a yearly use of 180 in the market.
I would like to remind you guys of the cardinals that we are using to judge, which is value proposition, product description.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and my fellow quotes. My name is Cerebral Palsy Children. My business name is This Farms Limited, registered in May 2020. We've been in operation as a poultry farming business since 2019, and we've been doing great. We decided to move to we have an offshoot. My present business that brought me here is an offshoot of the farm. We've been in layer production business, that's bed laying beds, eggs production business for the past 3 years, and presently I decided to, I need a place where I can showcase the products. Then also I need a place where, because of the impact on the health system, because of drugs and all of that, so I need to go into organic food processing. So I decided to diversify and I get a shop. I got a shop in March, and I've been doing that, selling organic processed chicken from my farm. And it's been great because I cited an area an educated area where learned people are, that we understand the impact on the health of on their own health, and people have really accepted it in my community. Of recent, we've been doing great. The business has been 3 months now. That's the offshoot. But what I started with my produce, with my own personal gain from the farm. So I need a deep freezer. I presently use one deep freezer for icing of the frozen foods, and I also want to diversify into slow business for food health for consumption. So I need a deep freezer and a second-hand deep freezer. The particular deep freezer I need is like 300,000. I have savings from the profit of the frozen business has given me 200,000 plus in my Piggy Best account now. And so getting this 55,000 will be just the right amount, around the right amount to get the particular deep freezer, a double-door deep freezer, to increase.
10 seconds.
30 seconds. Okay, to increase this quantity I will be producing from the farm to the shop for consumption to the society.
How many chicken have you sold in 3 months?
How many chicken have I sold in 3 months? I've sold over 60 kg. And most times 1 kg, my average weight is 1 bed must weigh 2.5 kg.
How many have you sold?
I've sold.
So that's 20 kg per month?
No, more than like 10 kg per week.
And who are your customers?
The learned in my
where Where do you find them? Do they come to your shop?
Yes.
How do they order from you?
Yes, they come to my shop, they walk in. Because it's in
what's
an
the cost
environment.
comparing cost of your organic chicken and the regular chicken? What's the cost difference?
Organic chicken is more expensive
What's
than
the
the regular. The difference is like 3,000 to 3,000 per 10 kg. That's the cost price. But the cost of rearing them to the point of
If I'm buying frozen chicken
Okay.
and I'm buying 1 kg of yours, what's the cost?
100 naira difference. Mine is 1,900 per kg. Then the normal imported chicken is 2,000 per kg.
Cheaper?
Yes.
Any other further question?
Do you have an idea of what the running cost was for last year and your profits?
Instead in March.
Oh, you started last
Yes.
year. Okay. So what's like in a month? What's like the running cost and what's your profits?
All of the expenses, both overheads and fixed. If I'm spending the fixed cost, then my overheads should be around 50,000-60,000 naira per month. That's inclusive of my transport, because my house I transport myself to the shop. processing of the chicken and all of that. Then if I'm putting in my fixed costs, if I'm prorating my fixed costs into, then I should have like 30. Because I can't just allocate my fixed costs on 1 month. So if I'm prorating it on a monthly basis, then I should be having like 30,000 per month.
Think that would increase your profitability?
Yes, more money. We afford me the opportunity of having a bigger freezer, just like I told you £1,000. And with that bigger freezer, we afford me the opportunity of having larger. I'll be able to harvest more birds from the farm and increase what I have on ground in the shop. Harvest what I can sell in a week, put them in the freezer and.
Alright, thank you.
Good afternoon, our panel of judges and my fellow cohort here. My name is Kemi, the CEO of Materialist Food. Actually, what we do is we supply fresh and natural fruits, like fruits from the farm and vegetables. What really made me go into this is I noticed that most of us don't eat these things. We don't really like well-prepared foods, and it brings about more of illness than being healthy. So I decided then to go into farms to get those things for people. So people come online because I have a page where you can order from to get your things being delivered to you anywhere, or if you decide you want to come down to pick it up, all well and good. So what I do is that I ask for orders, what kind of fruit do you want, or what kind of vegetable would you like to take? If you tell me this is what you want, I might ask you to say, okay, why don't you go for this? That this can give you more nutritional value than the ones you're ordering for. So I do a basket of fruits, as a combination of fruits in a basket to deliver to my customers. So when they take the fruits or the vegetable I send to them, they might say, oh, madam, what you give to them is very good. Can we have one? We have friends around that came to my house that was like, okay, the watermelon you showed for us was a very good one. I'll tell them, well, yes, it's directly from the farm. Because we have a place at the state where we do this plantation and harvest those things directly from the farm. So I do have fresh vegetables. You call them on us, we deliver down the products to our customers. And if you know you can come around to our house to pick it up, or well, the only thing is that you make me a phone call or you place your order before coming, so that I will be able to get your things ready before you come around. So if I'm able to get this down this time, I'll be to be able to give me more boost, or to get more products from the farm, or to farm more to get more land, because we rent the lands there. It's 8,000 naira per hectare that we get at Owode. So we make the planting and harvest them home down home for and dishing out to people for delivery. Thank you.
Okay, so my questions will be around how do you get your customers? Because you say they order online.
Yes.
Where online?
I have a Facebook page. Then I open a mini website where, from a free website where you can place your order from the place. And I have a Gmail to
I know the website.
Yes. Now.
Like sometimes people tend to maximize the land that they do. So do you have different lands for different produce, or all your produce on one land?
Yeah, we go, like now, the hectare contains 6 plots of land, as in 6 plots. So what we do is that what we do is that we divide the land, yes, for some for cucumbers, some for watermelon, and vegetables. Those are the things we do. So, but for other fruits, I do source for them from the market.
Okay.
Since it's not mostly that we can plant because of the solid texture from the land where we acquire.
It's silent. You are not speaking. Don't speak.
And my fellow mommies.
Thank you.
My name is Abrosh Abitari. So me, I'm rendering farms. I'm here present work. And the problem that I'm facing right now is that I'm new in that area because last year government demolished some parts in the so I'm now new. So immediately the part I started marketing. my distance service. So if I'm telling mothers that, because my target is children, because they don't carry hair for long. But we mothers, we can carry for 1 to 2 months. So I'll say I can make video, I'm making hair and I'm good indeed. My duty is not that one that will do. In 2 days, the thing will rough. So you can try and come to me. So if they come, they see me where I do their children hair. So they will be motivated for people that they are. Because you cannot handle children hair. The belief that if you cannot handle children hair, you can't handle adults. So my main targets are on children. So I used to tell them. So they used to refer. That's why that I'm new in that area. And that's why I'm new in that area. So once they see my hair, I always convince them with DD. Because everybody knows how to live. Even if you don't learn this thing, you know how to live. So I convince them with DD. And children too, if you do that DD, it's always fine. So that's the target thing that I'm doing. So presently, at least I have, they are not much, but I can at least have some. They are coming to me and they refer to, since I cannot do children. So that's the one target is making it.
Is that right? Yes. Okay, how do you need money for? You need money?
I need money because I'm doing, it's not that I'm in the shop.
Okay.
So I'm still at home using my mouth to market my existing. So if I have opportunity to get this money, I'll still stay at home but buy some materials like attachments, ribbons, hair cream, and so many things because they used to ask for it. That are you not selling? Are you not selling? I'll say that I never know what they will need in this area. So I only base on.
Thank you. Questions?
How do you handle children? Because they are difficult customers.
Yes, they are very, very difficult customers. But I used to take my time because I know that they are them that they will advertise my service. So even if they are crying or they are bringing food, I will cover this thing with clothes. I will even pamper them. Sorry, oh, don't cry. I will sing for them, do all those things.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm selling pure water. I have a small fish. I used to raise it, but the capital I use is very small because of the challenge I'm facing. So I'm still managing to cope because the money is not much, but at least where I'm selling, I sold like 10 bags of pure water every day. And some drinks too, and table water. If I have the opportunity of this money, I will have a long way. And pure water will come out. They will come to my house to load it for me. And I will go to where they are selling drinks and table water to buy. I bring marital, they bring it for me.
So they don't bring it to you?
No, I do that. Yes. So it's normal, fine. So I know every day people drink water. And every day people drink normal thing, every day they will drink water. I wish they should have the money. I can use it. So to do my business. I wish it should be me. more? Pure water.
Pure water.
Which one is not profitable?
Pure water.
So that means like if you were to get the money, now it's money you want. So you get the money and then you'll be able to scale more into the pure water or
Yes.
both water and drink. Water.
Based on water.
On water.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just want to know, let's be more accurate about our cost. That 55,000, how many bags, transport, and then how soon can you sell it? When will you see the profit? How quickly can you turn down?
What's the current demand that you are not meeting because of the challenge?
Fine. Some people used to come and buy from my house. They will come to my house to come and buy 1 bag, 2 bags. But due to I don't buy much, I only buy 5 bags. Yes.
You tell them that you don't want water, you don't want water.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is ostracized. My business name is Honey Beauty Place. I'm into hair making. So as an hairdresser, though it's been very tough, but thank God so far. So I make hair, I make wigs, I make braids, and I fix wig on the only types of hair you not see is dread. I don't work on dread. So far so good. I must tell you that hairdressing is a very lucrative and profit-making business. If not for anything, by now I know where I should be in this hair making. But because of the problem that I've been faced with, which is the problem of space and location, because right now I work from home, so it's either they come or I go to them. So whenever, if it were to be that I have a shop or a space where I am in a particular place where I stay, I know that customers will be more, they will come more, even those that are passing by. But because I work from home, I work in the compound, so all I'm expecting is those that are already that already know me, or those that I got connection from one customer to another, then I'll go to their house. So the basic problem I'm faced with right now is problem of space, workspace. So so far so good. I've been able to impact some lives during the Learn Skill Acquisition that was organized by Lagos State Government. So I was invited over to train some students and mothers, those that have interest in learning. So in that process, I was able to dish out how to make hair to them, even on a platter of gold, because I knew what it takes to learn skill in this present economy. So even in churches, some groups, they invite me, and I give them, those that can come one-on-one, I give them practicals, those that couldn't come, I give them the theory online. So far so good. I believe that if God helping me to win this grant, I know that I need space. That is the biggest challenge, because if you have without a particular place, you won't be able to pull the crowd as expected. Thank you.
So you want to rent a shop?
Probably, even if not a shop, but a good space within my area.
How much would that cost you?
For a container and attachment space, right now, I think the last event I spoke with in the area, I said it would cost me like 120. So with the little I have in my account, if I win this grant, I believe I'll be able to acquire the space where people will know me, know to always locate me whenever they need my attention.
Okay, so the impact you said you wanted to Lagos, were you paid?
No, we weren't paid. We were only asked to come. Then after the program, they gave us some material like hand dryer, and some kids. So that would be
You're paying the time.
So because the services was for mothers like us that couldn't afford to pay for learning.
I'm going to ask you a question about the current status quo, and then use that to what you are saying. So now, you only deal with people strictly based on referrals. So how do you vet the implications that you are going to in light of the security issues that currently exist?
Well, my location, that's why I say anywhere getting this business should be within my area, and I believe my area is very secure and the common person. So it's a street that has gates both in and out. So whatever I'm doing, at least by 7, I should be getting ready to pack up. So the area is well secured for now, and I have a little generator I can use as a lightning, even though I'm staying overnight, because when it comes to festive period, I know where you have to stay throughout the night in order to make a good sales. So I have a little generator I can use for that. But talking about the security, it is very, very certain that the area is secure.
Good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon. I want to thank you very much for this opportunity. Actually, I read education and teacher, but because I have a special child, I could not teach. I wanted to actually be in the classroom, but I couldn't do anything. Because the daycare, they were rejecting my child, and so there was nothing to do, so I was just actually doing nothing. So I would just be inside the house, no money, I would just be crying, I was like, what can I do that will generate money? So after thinking, I was like, let me just go outside to sit down to at least receive fresh air and laugh with people to relieve me of my stress. I would just leave my child inside the house and go and sit down with one malam and look at selling provisions and the rest outside. I would just be gisting with the malam, at least I would be laughing. So I now noticed that people will come, they want to buy something from malam. They would not tell malam, can I do transfer for you? I don't have cash. Malam will say, no, me, I don't collect transfer, I don't collect transfer. So they will just pay, they will go. So I started every time. So me, I was like, I think, and I said, it's like POS business will move in this area because there's nobody doing it, and it's a challenge in that area. If they want to buy something, they will have to go out to go, and for those that does not have cash, and madam does not collect transfer. So I said, okay, maybe it's something that I can do that same time I'll be able to take care of my child. So I decided to go into POS business. So another thing that I don't have much money that I can go out and rent a shop. So it's something that I don't really need much capital. I can just sit down outside, even with the man outside, I can sit down there and be doing it. So that was that. So I actually started the business with 17,000. So the main capital I started with was 44,000 because I used 26,000 to buy. I got the POS 20,000. Then I bought handbag 1.5. Then that would be where I would be keeping my money. Then I bought a notebook and a pen. That one cost me 500 where I would be recording my transactions. Then I bought a check, 3,000 where I would sit down. So the remaining money was 4,000. That was what I actually started with. So then another thing that I challenge is the main reason why I really need this money is the challenges that I'm currently facing. Number one, if people Okay. So number one, if people want to, the money is very small. So people want to withdraw money. I won't have none of the money will just finish. I will have to run to ATM. Sometimes I will just meet queue. I won't be able to do fast and come back. And none of the money will finish. I have to go. Sometimes I will go to the ATM like 3 or 4 times in a day. So then another thing is that because of sun, I don't normally stay outside in the afternoon. Stop. Because
Thank you.
Questions?
Well, you've said a lot. I think we should just reiterate it so that we're not assuming. What do you want to do with the money?
Okay, what I want to do with the money? I don't actually stay outside in the afternoon because of sun. So I only come out in the evening. And some customers don't like knocking the gates, they will just pass. So number one, I need something where I can stay, even if there is something where I can stay in the afternoon. Then another thing, I need cash because I have to have money in my wallet and also have cash. So for some people, some don't want to do deposits. It's the money I have in my wallet I can use to do deposit. But by the time I withdraw that small money, I have everything. Then not the money in my wallet, I can't do deposit. They will just go. I need cash. Then another thing is network problem. Another thing is network problem. If I have like 2 POS.
Good afternoon, my fellow mothers, and good afternoon, our coordinators. My name is Olajide Rebecca. I remember I was actually working before I resigned from work because of my son. I wasn't a businessman because I worked in London. So because of when I resigned, I have to call people for urgent support. Later, they don't pick my call again. So I talked to one of my friends, a very close friend of mine, that please, I want to start my own business so that I can be able to take care of this, my son, because I have to buy drugs, go for therapies, stuff like that. So now my friend now said, don't worry, I will get you something. Yeah. So she now gave me 30K. I was so happy. So that my aim is, my objective is start small, think big and start small. So I started with that 30K. I just sat down like, what can I do with that 30K? So I started with beans flour and pomo ijebu, dry pomo. She's my customer too. Because I used to take it to anywhere I go. Physiotherapy, that's where we met, and she bought for me. All those what's it called? Nurses, they used to buy for me. They call me Yalaje. I have some of my products here. Anywhere I go, with it. Oh, that's amazing. I go with it. So I started with pomo ijebu and beans flour because I noticed rich people eat pomo and the poor people too. So that was where I started from. And to the glory of God, the Lord has been so faithful. My business has been moving. So you don't need from I didn't know from there. When I sell pomo, I don't need the money. When I sell pomo, I don't touch my gain. So I'll use that gain to buy another thing. I used to suffer myself so that my business will be land, and I don't want to touch that my capital because your capital is not your money. You have to make sure you take care of that capital very well. So from that my business, I've been able to start selling of all these things. I get them from China. I sell this is eye potency for perfect hypo, and this is silicone toothbrush for kids. So that if they don't cry when brushing their teeth. This is it. And this is ABC. Then I sell bed protector too. For the bed. So that when if I get this money, at least that might be in flower business. I'll be able to buy more. And with this, I'll be able to expand my business. Thank you.
Questions?
Who's the next person?
Question. Oh, just one disruptor. Next question, please.
Okay, so are you are still doing yes, they are also doing yes. So are you planning to stop on when you get the
Yes. No. Stop more.
No, I didn't say stop more. I said stop one. We don't
no, I'm not stopping you. I'm going higher in Jesus' name. I'm not stopping you.
No, what the money is going
because I started with 2 things. That is pomo ijebu and beans flour. And to the glory of God, I sell ABC foldings, the bed protector. Yes.
What's your fastest moving product?
What's the fastest?
What are your the top 3?
My fastest is beans flour and pomo.
So why do you need to?
I go to a center anywhere I go.
So why
I make sure.
Why do you need to do this one? Why do you need to expand to this?
Yes, I think the same. And when I check online, I notice people
people find it difficult to carve their road. So I talked to one of my friends that used to do this importation. So out of my gain for my business and promo, I quickly take out of it. Let me invest in this business. That was why I just bought small quantity.
So is it moving?
It's moving. It's moving. This toothbrush is really moving, and it's moving. Because even my daughter, when my daughter wants to brush, she tell me, my mom, I want to brush my teeth before. She will tell me, my mom, I'm not brushing teeth today. But now, she will even brush it herself. She's 3 years old. She will brush it herself.
I still have one question. One thing I like about you, although I should have said it about others, so let me not just say it, because I'm not told other people what I like about you.
Say it.
So my question, let me ask my question. Your money, the money is going into being our own, or is the money going into the business of all of these things?
That is all my business. All my business, because I'm trying to expand. Because
so
taking care of these our children,
to sell.
I know how much I spend on drugs every month, physiotherapy. So you have to. I understand. I'm just saying my own. I'm saying my own. So I have to think times 10 how to get money. Because there is no help anywhere. I call them now. They will even pick my call. She's calling. She needs money. So and I don't want to be disturbing people. I want to stand on my feet so that I can be able to support my children, my son and my daughter. Thank you very much.
Everyone, my name is Olaitan Wahab. I am a teacher. I've been a school administrator for years. Currently I am a tutor. I work with children both at home and online. Okay, so I birthed an idea of primarily working with children online, teaching children online, and it's not been easy. One of the reasons why I left regular schoolwork to go, I want to be able to be present for my son. I strongly believe I can give him all of the care he needs. I have a background knowledge of this, so it will help. I currently work with 2 children based in the United States, Texas precisely. I work with 1 child based in the UK. I have 1 child based in Canada. Now, one of the major I've worked with children, let me start from. Very recently I became certified as a micro educator, like a week ago. And in the last 1 month I've taken tech trainings on how to better work with children online. One of the major shortfalls I have is the fact that I am not able to apply, to pay for a lot of subscriptions, learning platforms, subscriptions that I would need to teach. Now I'm working with children who sit for SATs. I work with children who do checkpoints. I work with children who do Cambridge exams, both here and abroad. And I would really, really love to be able to do that. But my overall cost, my overhead cost with the internet broadband and the possibility of SpectraNet failing during lessons, and then I have to use my hotspot, which I have to subscribe for. And then I don't charge, I can't charge so much, even though these children are based outside of the country. They actually do not even pay as much as the children who are based there. As of yesterday, 2 of the children I worked with in Green Spring School, they graduated after writing checkpoints. I worked with them for checkpoints. I have that wealth of experience. But they over there, they do not understand our drive. They don't understand our drive. And I'd like to become a lot more competitive. I see a lot of people doing the U-lesson, doing tutorial. I'd like to start small, but become a lot more tight and organized. So with this fund, I'll be able to give better service in terms of broadband and more teacher resource pages. So planning for more teacher resource pages. Thank you.
Thank you.
I think the question was all that is why can't you charge? Are you not offering?
And why people are braced abroad and they can't pay? And you have Nigerians who pay better than why?
Okay, so let me explain this. I've tutored for years. Let me explain the risk factor going to people's homes to tutor. So I think 2 years ago, I'd gone to work with a child, and I'd actually seen the dad bring out his genitals in the dining room and masturbate. I could see him, his kids couldn't. I felt very violated. And in the past few months, there's been a rise of kidnappings, and I just, after a while, I want to be very honest, the world has gone digital. And after a while, even though we are Nigerians and the mindset is if a teacher is not there to teach my child, I don't think the child is learning well.
Have you backlogged your results? Have you when models are going, what's your, have you taken time to like document what your results are?
I have it written down, but it's
not are you on LinkedIn?
Yes, I am.
Okay. What's your LinkedIn page?
I'd like to know.
Okay, the name, right?
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you. I for that. That the has been impressive.
Yes.
Forget the fact the size of doesn't matter, but you have showed. And I know that of course selecting you here is actually competitive. So it shows that the selection process it's worth it. So for you to have made it here, you're a winner. So forget who won, who got first, second, it doesn't really matter. You all get money at the end of the day. You understand? It's what you make of it. So let me just say that. So we'll go and calculate. We don't know who's going to win. You understand? We don't have an idea. So we are going to do a calculation, do an average, then we'll come, we'll join the meeting. So then.
Clap for yourselves.
Hello, Homo. Hello.
Mama Chief.
Here that speech. Everybody did incredibly well, don't get it wrong, but there has to be someone that stood out, or people that stood out, and that's basically what this speech is all about. So please, over to you, Mr. Ahmed, and your colleagues. Thank you very much.
The teachers, like I said, I need to repeat, everybody is a winner. And you're all going with something you'll be happy with. So I didn't mention the consolation prize so that you don't get too comfortable with the consolation. The consolation prize is actually very good. So the difference between the consolation and other prizes is not, the actual difference is the phone. Let me just put it that way. It was a very competitive process, and it was good that we had 4 judges, so that where we have, by the end of the day, we all agree that our top 3 winners, is a reflection of how we all scored. So some of us are high scorers, some are low scorers, and some of us are balanced. So it's in the way we are sitting, but I'm not going to expose anybody. You understand? Some of us are balanced, like in the middle. You understand? At the end of the day, we got what we think is a reflection. You understand? No, some is, but at the end of the day, somebody has to win and others have to follow. So I'm going to start, we're just going to mention the first 3 winners. So if you didn't, if you are not one of the first winners then, it doesn't mean you are not done well. You did very well. So you could be strong in one component, weak in one component, and somebody is strong in all components. The person will have a edge. Yeah. So that is what is the reflection. So it just shows you that you need to do more on structuring your business and make it pitch ready. Yes. So for our third position, with an average score of 58.18%. Okay, the person has Anoko Waja. Yes. Anoko Waja. Yes, Anoko Waja business. Number 2 winner is into banking business. Wow. He's a banker. Who is that person? The winner was there in all aspects.
Yeah.
For most of you that pitched, you had maybe 3, you're strong in 3 aspects, maybe a little bit weak in 1 aspect. But there was somebody that was, that ticked the box. You understand? Many of you did not even talk about structure at all. You understand? And there was a mark for it, but for many of you, you didn't talk about the structure you had, whether your business was registered, I think I'm giving a clue.
Yes.
So our winner is been selected because the scores were actually very close. From the 3rd, 4th, it could have been anybody. In fact, from the 2nd position, it could have been anybody. You understand? It was very close. So, as a consolation, for the 4th position, all of you, so you are going home with 40,000 naira. You'll be pitching for millions of dollars. So you have tested it. This is just to tell you how it works. You understand? To know what does this one have that I didn't have? What are people you understand? And that is the composure, the everything. It was there. So there is no boju. And if you also look back again, you also see that from the 4th, 2nd, and 3rd winner, you can see a trend. Do you understand the pattern? Which many of you had. Like I said, the scores were just point something, 1 point, so congratulations, we are very impressed.
We've seen that, in the middle of, in the course of the presentation, we've seen that, everybody has tried to put their best foot forward. I know that nobody even wants the phone based on the pitches that we heard today. It's not like anybody really needs it. Even the 1st position doesn't want it.
She was praying for you.
We kept saying, what are you going to do with the prize? But everybody was just focused on the money, and nobody really remembered that there was that prize there. So what I want to say is, everybody here has shown that they are interested in actually growing their businesses and turning it over, and all the things that have happened here. This is like the culmination of all the lessons we've been doing from last week, and I hope that in going back, and then when we have subsequent cohorts and everybody is coming to give their testimonies and everything, we would be able to actually assess the growth, because that's what would actually show that truly we were good judges in assessing the impact. Everybody is a winner, but we hope that, you know, by assessing you guys this way, you would actually be able to make it reflect next year when we meet with some or all of you. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay.
Jesus loves you. Smile. It's not to come out.
Everybody's going to come out.
My name is Ahmed Adikola Kazu, President, Mandela Washington Fellowship Alumni Association of Nigeria. I'm very impressed with the performance of the mothers today. They showed us how they have been able to rise from adversity and make a meaning of their lives and for their kids. The mothers showed us how they have been able to start their business because of the condition of their children, and how they have been able to grow that business from inception to where it is. The pitch competition was actually very competitive, and we saw the impact of the training they've gotten from this particular program. It showed, because the marks of the parents were, of the mothers were just, you know, just 1 mark, 2 marks different. And it shows that it was very competitive. It shows the effort of the organizers of this program. And I'm proud to be leading Mandela Washington Fellowship Alumni Association at this point and be sustaining this particular program that started in the last tenure. I'm very happy at the organization of this program. It was top-notch. The training was very key. And the parents, the mothers of these children who participated in the program showed what they have learned in the pitch process. Well, the criteria we used for selection of the eventual winners was we looked at their value proposition, what do they bring to the table, what program were they trying to solve. We looked at how they're able to describe their businesses. We looked at the impact of their businesses, and we also looked at the structure they had in their business. So we gave, the total mark was 30%, 100% for, what's it called, for their value position, we had 30%, for structure we had 15%, for description we had 20%, and for the impact of their businesses we had 30%. And that was how we got 100%, and we're able to, you know, we're able to determine the winners by the average score, you know, from all the judges.
My name is Seun Shangolaye. I am the mom-in-chief at Baby Props, and I was part of the judges that selected winners at today's event. I was happy to be part of the judges, and my own personal selection criteria was those who needed the money, one, and those who, you know, the money will make the greatest impact in their businesses. And honestly, I was very glad that all of the judges, we came to the same conclusions as to the businesses that we chose to be the winners. And I hope that if they are able to put that money into their businesses, it will make really big and significant impact on their businesses, and also, you know, as a ripple effect, their families and their children will also be better for it. I like the selection of the participants. I like the fact that they were all business people and they had a lot of things that they were doing. And I also like the fact that this event would have a positive impact on their mental health. You know, I mean, the fact that they have a community now of mothers who have CP, They also have a community of mothers who are also in business, and you know, they lean on each other for support and for growth. And overall, I think this is a wonderful event. This is a wonderful program, and I highly recommend it for any mother that has a CP child. Thank you.
Timi Olagunju, as a judge at the program, I realize the fact that there is so much potential in the businesses, particularly businesses that are run by women, and the fact that there is need for much more support, because that support provides the foundation for building a superstructure of the kind of businesses that will move the small-scale business value proposition forward. In judging, we looked at several things, but three of which are the value proposition, the description of the product or service, as well as the impact, because it's not enough that you're able to also solve a problem. It's also important that you also try to use the solutions to impact lives as well as communities. So that's what it is. I'm Timi Olagunju. Thank you.
I'm Mrs. Vivian Obahina. I'm so happy, I'm excited, because it's not really about the money. I've never done anything like this before. So this is my first time of presenting, involving in a pitch. So for me to have come out as the second runner, I'm so happy. I'm so happy. It's not really about the money, but I'm happy that I was able to face a crowd and perform like this. I'm so happy. By the grace of God, I will make sure that I use the money for the purpose of which it was given me. The money was given me for my business, so I'm going to use it properly. And by the grace of God, I know this money is going to yield more interest. I want to say a very big thank you. Thank you to the organizers. I'm so grateful. God will bless them. They will continue to go higher and higher in Jesus' name.
My name is Cerebral Palsy. I wasn't prepared we were even going to have a presentation, because I was surprised when the facilitator said they are going to be given some minutes to make some individual presentations. I became nervous because this is my first time of making a pitch or making a presentation of this form, and I just gathered my thoughts and I just gave it my best. That was all. I'm so glad. I feel so, I'm overwhelmed. I'm just excited because this just might be my first outing as a CP mom. It's really worth it, and it's a motivation that I need to go out more, make more awareness about the cerebral palsy child, and also let people know that CP children are normal children. They are just unique in their own way. I would say a big thank you. Thank you to Auntie Tobiloba Ajayi. Thank you to Madam Rachel. Thank you to the Mandela Fellowship Alumni Association. Thank you to everyone involved in the presentation, and thank you to the team, to the crew, the media crew, those that took care of our kids during the sections. I say a big thank you to all of them. The Lord bless them and grant all of their heart desires. Amen.
My name is Olajide Rebecca Abimbola. I'm so happy because I wasn't expecting that I can be the second runner. I wasn't expecting it. But when my name was called, I was so happy because I wasn't expecting it. To the glory of God, I bless God, and I thank the organizers of this program. I'm really grateful. The Lord will bless them. The Lord will continue to strengthen them more and more in Jesus' name. And the money is going to help me because with the money, I'll be able to buy more goods, then invest more in my business. And I believe with that, more interest, more money into my account.
Hi everyone, I'm Ray, and you can call me Rachel as well. And I'm the founder and executive director of the Special Needs Initiative for Growth. Today makes it the second week of our program called Empowered Mothers, Thriving Children, the fourth cycle actually, the fourth year. It's been so amazing seeing these women so happy. I mean, just watch out the excitement on their faces. You know, just hearing that they've been able to win grants, to be able to scale their businesses, you know, and then watching them pitch about their businesses and see how they're going to transform all they've learned into their businesses, something that we're really amazed about. I and Tobiloba met back then in 2018 and decided to work on this project because we saw that a lot of women pass through a lot of social crisis crisis, emotional crisis, and even financial burden, because it's not easy to take care of a child with special needs, especially children with cerebral palsy. And that's why this program is specifically made for them, because we want to see them thrive financially, and so that they can replicate successful outcomes to their children who have cerebral palsy. And so today we're so excited with the whole program, seeing our amazing mothers happy, winning the grants, and even them learning many skills around customer acquisition, requisition, areas on bookkeeping, digital marketing skills, areas on how to be able to assess grants, and even how to pitch their businesses to potential investors. This is basically what we're so happy about. And majorly, we would not have been able to do this project without the support from the Mandela Washington Fellowship Alumni Association of Nigeria, because they saw the need, they saw our project to be really viable and scalable, and that's why they invested in us. We say a big thank you to the president, we say a big thank you to the executive team members of the MWSAAN for their support, and we know that this project is going to replicate successful outcomes, because the three first winners, as well as the other women, are going to go out there to transform their businesses, build on their businesses, and then replicate the successful outcomes to their families and then to their communities. So we're really, really happy around this trajectory of growth that we're making from this program. So I just want to also say a big thank you to the U.S. Consulate Lagos, Mr. Austin Emeanwa, who came to support us last week with his words of wisdom and encouragement, because we understand that the U.S. government invests on providing young African leaders like us the basic skills and resources for us to transform our communities, and so we do not underestimate their support for us. So thank you, and then a big thank you to our partner, the Cerebral Palsy Kids Learn Foundation, because with them over 4 years we've been able to work together to transform the lives of vulnerable women, vulnerable mothers who have children with cerebral palsy. We're so confident that they will do well, and we're trusting that this story will not end here. It's going to bring out more successes in the next future to come. So basically, one of the modalities that we'll be using to track the success or the rates at which these funds that we provided for these women are actually used is that we're going to be conducting M&E exercises, doing some visitations, site visits to their business spaces to see basically how their businesses are replicating from what we provided to them in terms of knowledge, the skills, the grants, because we don't want it to end here. We want it to go beyond here. So basically that will be a sort of modality to enable us to track what they are doing. And then we also have a sort of mentorship support whereby other women from other cohorts will be providing them mentorship scheme, like mentorship support, to provide them the right, resources that they need to grow their businesses. So it's going to be like a cycle of, information sharing and information, resources, so that they can actually build their businesses. Yeah. Okay, so basically for us, what is next after this project is that we will be working on mentoring these women. And like I mentioned, we're mentoring them using other mothers who have done it very well in the past. So from cohort 1, 2, 3, that's over 3 years ago, 4 years ago, they'll be providing mentorship support, and as well us who are also, professionals in our fields, because we want to see that they grow, and we want to see that what they have taken from us goes beyond this, the standard. So basically, there'll be like some sort of peer-to-peer support among themselves. And apart from that, we'll also provide some professional experts coming to them once in a while to see basically how their businesses are growing.
My name is Cerebral Palsy Children, and I'm the Chief Responsibility Officer at the Cerebral Palsy Kids Learn Foundation. The first challenge was basically being able to source the funding to bring to bear the vision that we had for the program. And then even after we then received funding from the Mandela Washington Fellowship Alumni Association of Nigeria, it was also to now begin to execute the vision. For instance, one of the gut-wrenching aspects of the program was when we had to shortlist participants. After all of the applications, we had to shortlist from 54 down to 10. That was incredibly difficult because
everybody had a compelling story. Everybody had a compelling reason why they needed the project, but we could only pick 10. So we looked at parents who had businesses that they were already running, businesses that had opportunities for scale, and businesses that it was clear what they were going to be able to do with the funds. Like they were clear what they needed. Some of them were already clear that what they needed was training. Those who showed that they were clear what they could do with a small, they didn't need a huge amount of money to grow their businesses. So looking at all those parameters, and then we were also very particular about parents who were educating their children in one way or the other, who had children who were going to school, who could make use of the tools, the STEM kits that we were planning to give. Today, I think I'm just incredibly grateful. I'm grateful that we were able to pull this off. I'm grateful that we were able to provide the quality of knowledge that we provided to these parents. I'm glad that they are going to be able to use the grant substantially to grow their businesses. And I'm glad that even though for many of them it was their first time ever pitching in the front of judges, they were able to pitch their businesses well. They were able to really articulate what they were doing with their businesses, and we are hopeful to see a lot of growth and scale. We're looking to see them be able to grow their businesses to the point that when we come back next year, they are the ones that are going to be speaking to a new cohort of mothers and showing them how to grow their own businesses.
Hi everyone, my name is Kikelo Molatunde. I'm the Special Needs Initiative for National Growth Africa's Administrative Director. And we are here again, another beautiful Saturday, where we had those mothers with their beautiful children come around to have another beautiful session of empowering mothers and striving children. Today, I've been able to realize that these individuals, these children, they are amazing, and really it takes a whole lot of energy to relate with them, to manage their behavior, to take care of them, carrying them. I give a kudos to these mothers, and they really need this. They really need this particular session, and they really enjoyed it. The beautiful session about it, or the beautiful thing about it was that the children also had an amazing moment because we were able to take care of them. We were able to see these children smile genuinely. You know what it feels like seeing those children smile genuinely. And it was really, really amazing. So I want to use this opportunity to thank everyone who actually contributed to this particular program. I want to say thank you to Mandela Washington Fellowship alumni. I want to say thank you to Let City Kids Learn. I want to say big thank you to the Special Needs Initiative for Growth for giving this opportunity to mothers who are out there. There are a lot of them who need this opportunity, and we are doing a good job with it. We hope to see you soon.